So once you finish the scarf, a really fun way to make it a little more exciting at the end is to add some fringe. So here's my little scarf sample, and I've decided that I want 5 little bundles of fringe. And I think I'm going to want each one to be 2 pieces of yarn wide because the yarn I'm using is pretty thick. So I want 10 pieces of yarn that are all the same length. So the way I like to do this is I like to measure a piece of cardboard to be as long or slightly longer than the fringe that I want. So I'm going to wrap 10 times because I want 10 pieces of fringe. Remember, there's one on the front and one on the back, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now what I'm going to do is just cut along the bottom. I want the top loops to remain. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a crochet hook and I'm going to insert it into where I want the fringe to be hanging from. And then I'm going to use the crochet hook to pull the top loop of that fringe through. I'm going to be doing what's called a lark's head knot. So I'm going to reach my fingers through the loop and pull the tails through. And then when I pull, I don't have to pull very tightly. This will stay on really, really well. That's called a lark's head knot. Another way to do fringe is instead of tying a lark's head knot, we can do an overhead knot. So I'm going to use the crochet hook to pull through where I want the fringe to go. And by the way, I'm just going through my scarf sort of at the bottom of a stitch. So any place that you see that looks like it would be a great place to add some fringe, you can. So for this one, I went ahead and pulled 2 of the ends all the way through so that the bottom edge of my scarf is holding it up in the middle. And now I'm going to tie an overhand knot, which just means making a loop with all my threads and pulling the tail ends through, and then really working with your own hands to try to get that knot up towards the top of your scarf. So there we have a lark's head knot and an overhand knot, 2 different ways of making fringe hang down from your scarf.